Hey everyone. I think we can all agree that the future of work is evolving at an incredible pace, right? And how AI is impacting remote work is a big part of that.
Mm.
So we're taking a deep dive into this article from July 2024. It's called AI and Remote Work, Reshaping the Future of Telecommuting. What really grabbed my attention was how AI is going beyond just automating tasks. It's actually helping us to work better remotely, almost like it's giving us, superpowers for remote work.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a shift happening, going from being kind of wary of AI to really seeing what it can do for us, especially, for those of us working remotely.
Absolutely. And this article breaks it down into four main areas. It covers everything from boosting our capabilities to actually improving remote work culture. So let's jump right in. The first big change the article talks about is how AI can actually augment our capabilities. Imagine having real-time analytics right in your project management tools. What do you think about that? No more micromanaging, just data-driven insights that leaders can use.
Yeah, that's huge. That shift to data-driven leadership, I think it's crucial for remote teams. Leaders can stop constantly checking in and instead focus on what really matters. Using AI to spot those potential bottlenecks before they even happen. It's almost like having a virtual project manager who's always on.
That's such a good point. I love the idea of being able to get ahead of problems. And it's not all about just efficiency, right?
Yeah.
The article also mentions how AI can actually boost innovation in remote teams. For example, what if AI could capture those key takeaways from your virtual meetings? No more frantic note-taking or trying to remember who said what.
Right. It frees us up to actually engage with the ideas.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is how AI can analyze all that data and spot patterns that we might miss as humans.
Yeah.
Especially when those water cooler moments are harder to come by remotely.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Now, the second area the article gets into is solving that culture problem that comes with remote work. Remember back in late 2023 when everyone was pushing for that return to the office? A lot of that came from this fear about maintaining company culture, keeping people engaged when they were remote. What are your thoughts on that whole debate?
Well, it definitely highlighted just how tricky it can be to build strong connections when you're not physically together. And it's not just about missing out on casual conversations. It's about feeling connected to your team, to the company's mission.
And get this, the article mentions this study from MIT Sloan. It found that 75% of teams using AI reported a boost in morale and collaboration. That's huge.
Right.
What do you think that is? What's the magic happening there?
Well, think about all those little things that can make a big difference. AI can help sync schedules across global teams, making it easier to find times to connect. It can even break down language barriers using real-time translation tools. They even give an example in the article, this tool called Time Kettle. It's pretty incredible.
So AI is like the ultimate team building tool, huh?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
The article also talks about how AI can help identify burnout and disengagement early on, which feels especially important in a remote setting, where those cues might be harder to pick up on.
Exactly. It's about being proactive in creating a more human-centric work experience, even when it's virtual. And that leads us right into the next topic, personalization.
Oh, perfect.
How can we make remote work feel more, personalized, especially when we're all just staring at these screens?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I sometimes worry about getting stuck in a rut when I'm working remotely, just doing the same tasks every day. But the article suggests that AI could actually tailor learning and development to our individual needs. It's like having a personalized career coach built into your workday. What do you think about that?
It's a powerful concept for sure. Imagine AI analyzing your work patterns and then, based on that, suggesting specific training modules that would help you grow in your role, maybe even explore new career paths. It's like having a custom learning plan accessible anytime, anywhere.
That would be amazing, especially for remote workers who might not have access to, say, in-person training or mentorship as easily. It shows that the company is invested in their growth, even from a distance. But, let's be realistic for a second. Remote work has its downsides too, and the article brings up a big one. Security risks. It can feel a little unnerving, to be honest. What are your thoughts?
It's a valid concern, absolutely. The article mentions that 72% of CISOs, chief information security officers, basically the top security execs, see hybrid and remote work as a security risk.
Wow, 72%. That's a lot of CISOs who are worried. It almost feels like we need a whole army of cybersecurity experts just to stay safe these days.
Well, try not to panic just yet. AI can actually be a huge help in this area, too. Think of it like a security guard for your digital world, It can monitor networks for any suspicious activity in real time, and it can even learn from past threats to get better and better at protecting us.
That is a relief. So we've got AI helping us to work smarter, collaborate better, learn and grow, and even stay safe online. This is sounding pretty amazing so far.
It's definitely exciting, but the article does make it clear that implementing AI isn't a quick fix. There are some challenges that we need to consider, and I think they're worth exploring a little further.
Definitely. Let's dive into those challenges in part 2 of our deep dive. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So one of the first hurdles the article mentions is this need for, some serious computing power. AI can be pretty resource intensive, and a lot of companies might need to revamp their entire IT infrastructure to handle it. They even talk about something called hyperscale solutions.
Hyperscale solutions.
Yeah?
That sounds pretty intense. I'll admit, I'm not totally sure what that means.
Could you break it down for me? And maybe for anyone listening who might be wondering the same thing.
Sure. It basically means companies might need to really scale up their computing capabilities, big time. Think massive data centers, cloud computing on a whole new level. This is because AI, especially the kind that can manage all those remote work tasks we were talking about, it needs a ton of processing power and storage. Okay, that makes sense. So it's not as easy as just, downloading a new app. Companies need to be ready to make some serious investments to make this work. What other challenges did the article point out?
Well, beyond the tech side of things, there's the skills gap. We need people who can develop, implement, and manage these AI systems. And right now, finding those skilled professionals, it's a real struggle.
I get that. I tried to learn a bit of coding recently. Let's just say it was a humbling experience. It made me realize how much expertise goes into making technology work so seamlessly. But going back to the skills gap, what kind of impact is that having on companies that, are trying to get on board with AI?
The article suggests it could actually lead to financial losses for businesses that aren't prepared. It's like having all the ingredients for a gourmet meal but no chef.
Right. You have all the potential, but you're not equipped to use it. So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about having the right people to make the most of it. Okay, so we've got the tech hurdles, the talent gap, anything else we should be thinking about as we, navigate this AI-powered future of work?
There's one more point the article emphasizes. Implementing AI, it takes careful planning and sometimes even partnering with experienced AI providers, people who really understand this tech. It's not something you just jump into without a solid plan.
That makes sense. It reminds me of how AI is often portrayed in the media as this almost magical solution to every problem. But really, it's a powerful tool. It needs to be used responsibly, strategically.
Exactly. And the article ends on this note of, I guess you could say, cautious optimism. AI has this potential to revolutionize how we work remotely, but we have to be aware of those challenges and approach it with a smart, thoughtful strategy.
So for everyone listening, here are the key takeaways. We've looked at 4 major ways AI is changing remote work: boosting our capabilities, helping us connect better, personalizing development, and improving security. But we've also talked about the challenges, things like having strong IT systems, addressing the skills gap, and making sure AI is implemented responsibly. One thing's for sure, AI isn't a magic bullet, but it is a powerful tool, and it's here to stay. It really feels like we're at this crossroads where the decisions we make about AI and remote work today are going to have a huge impact down the line.
Absolutely. It's not just about adopting the latest AI tools. It's about understanding what they mean for the future and using them in a way that benefits everyone.
Exactly. So as you're listening to this, we want to leave you with something to think about. The article we've been discussing really focuses on the positives of AI in remote work. But like with any big technological change, there are always 2 sides to the story. What potential downsides or maybe unintended consequences should we be aware of as AI becomes even more integrated into remote work? What are your thoughts on that?
It's a really important question. The future of work isn't set in stone. We're shaping it with every choice we make, every tool we use, every conversation we have. And as AI keeps evolving, that responsibility only grows.
That's such a great point to end on. The future of remote work, powered by AI, it's full of potential. But it's up to all of us to guide it in a way that works for everyone. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another exciting topic to explore.